Hey, good morning. It's Friday. Okay. Well, there I guess look up 24th, which means it is the first day of WonderCon in Anaheim, and I'm coming to you live from the hotel room. Uh, Pardon if I'm a little unfocused. It's been a busy couple of weeks, and not for Fanboy Planet. I mean, yes, probably should have been. And I don't know if anybody is actually on this early. And so, uh, yeah, I'm here at WonderCon in Anaheim. It's been, yeah, like I said, busy couple of weeks. So I just wanted to touch base and say, first of all, Rick and I have tried twice now to record a podcast episode discussing uh, Lazarus Planet, the big DC event, and both times technical issues have basically one time it did not record at all and we had no idea, and the second time we were having difficulty with using Skype as recording. There was some kind of, well, someday I'll probably record. Somehow Rick's voice ended up being a like 3-second loop over and over and over and over again, and it was a Skype problem that was just kind of funny, but we both realized, nope, we should not talk about Lazarus Planet. So the only thing that I will say about Lazarus Planet, because I'm going to hopefully go to a panel today at WonderCon about the dawn of DC, which is the follow-up, right, to Lazarus Planet, is that there was one problem with Lazarus Planet in that there is one issue called Assault on Krypton, and I double checked this with some comic book store clerks, and they agreed Krypton was actually never there in this. So very confusing event, and yet I've got to say the masterminds being Mark Waid and Gene Luen Yang, their main books, which led into this, were terrific. So, you know, if you haven't been reading World's Finest by Mark Waid and Dan Mora, it's terrific. There was Batman versus Robin, also by Mark Waid, and I'm blanking at the moment on the artist. But it was fun and led there. And Gene Luen Yang and his collaborator, again, all artists are going to hate me today, and it's just, trust me, it's just that I haven't slept much in 2 weeks, which I will blame that for why I look as frazzled as I do. Yeah, that's it. It's not because I'm old. But anyway, Monkey Prince is such a good book. And so Gene Luen Yang is here. I'm hoping to run into Gene. I'm only using saying the first name, not that we're friends, but that I think there's a 10% chance he might remember that we've met a few times. So same thing with Mark Waid. It's probably even a 25 to 30% chance that Mark Waid remembers me. But I'm really looking forward to my high point, in addition to Dawn of DC, is that Mark Russell, who has rapidly become one of my favorite comic book writers of all time, is here, and I've never actually crossed paths with him, so I'm looking forward to that. I may also attend the screening of Batman: The Doom That Came to Gotham. I normally we do kind of, you know, behind the scene interviews with some of the talent for the animated projects when we get to conventions, but I had to pass on it this time, partially because I was not near the my actual the Fanboy Planet mobile lab, as I call it, when some invites came through. Like I said, been busy, and that just keeps happening. Yeah, that was kind of it, and then I just felt like, as much as I love the original graphic novel, I don't know that I have had any good questions before actually seeing the film adaptation. So I'm looking forward to possibly getting in to see the film adaptation tonight. Gratitude to Gary Miranu. I just probably mangled your name. I'm that tired of him. Gary Moranu. Gary's a good friend and a publicist for Warner Brothers, and it's really nothing personal. I just have not had a chance to gather thoughts for good questions. So this is kind of a low-key WonderCon, and I still look forward to it quite a bit. And I'm going to do that thing. I'm actually going to focus on comics and go to a few comics panels. Monster Forge has a couple, and I know that I've run some stuff on Monster Forge on the website, and that's Shannon Denton and Steve Niles. It's probably for familiarity billing. It's probably the other way around, Steve Niles and Shannon Denton, but Shannon is a friend, good guy. And every time I attend a panel on his recommendation, I am so glad that I did, because I just learned something new. At Comic-Con, that's how I discovered Stephen Barnes, not Stephen Barnes, Rodney Barnes, and Philadelphia. I've been trying to catch up on some other, go back and catch some of his other works, and so I'm always getting introduced to somebody new that I love, and then I get to pass that along. So, what am I reading? I was thinking about maybe the best thing to do until Rick and I are able to do another podcast, or even beyond, is kind of like having a standard. It's got to be late. This is a rare, because I'm off work for WonderCon. Like a kind of a ask me anything regularly scheduled for a while. And of course, I know the way things have worked for me is that the second I say yes, regular schedule, then something sends that spinning off into a new direction. But we do promise we're not going to talk about Lazarus Planet on the next podcast, but we are going to record a podcast next week. So for those who are following along and going, where have they been? This is it. I completely blame Lazarus Planet. So anyway, that's it. So a couple people popped in here while it was live, and I'm grateful to you, whoever you were. And I just realized I had to reconnect through StreamYard. And yes, this is not the highest tech version of the Fanboy Planet live stream, but it's what I had to do for the mobile, for being in the hotel. So, hey, I hope if you're here at WonderCon, you may notice I'm wearing this Looney Tunes superhero shirt. Come find me. Tomorrow I'll be in the Fanboy Planet uniform, the Fanboy Planet shirt, and someday I'm not sure yet. I have a couple options. But anyway, hey, if you see me, if you enjoy Fanboy Planet, it's why I keep doing it. And is because every time I think, nobody's paying attention, somebody tells me they paid attention, and they want to know what was going on. So, hey, I'd love to meet up with people. So, yeah, there we go. And hey, use your powers for good. Have a great weekend. If you're here, say hi. All right? Bye. I'm going to stare and end the broadcast.